We're speaking to our ambassador of Nigeria to Germany, Ambassador Tuggar, His Excellency, and we've got a few short questions following an exclusive interview with the German police. So, Ambassador, I spoke to the police and they just told me they have identified 4 people in connection with the alleged attack on Senator Ekweremadu. I'm still calling it alleged despite the videos, because there's not yet an investigation according to what the police told me. What can you tell me about the attack and the investigation?
Well, first of all, this assault on a serving senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with from all probability, the intent towards grievous bodily harm took place moments before I arrived at the venue. So, although I did not witness it live, I got to the scene of this crime shortly after it had been perpetrated. And I spoke to several people there, and I attended the event. I gauged the mood, the somber mood after it had happened, and I know that the videos have been shared, and I would say it's nothing short of what was described here in Germany when something similar happened in another German city as a Hetzjagd. I'm sure you speak German, you know what that means. It was almost an animal hunt when a grown man is made to run for his life while people try to hunt him down, rip his clothes off. There were sticks being brandished and swung all over the place. We thank God Almighty that no serious harm came to him, or indeed any other person that was there. From those that arrived with him, those that organized the event, and some that were actually even getting in the way of the attackers, trying to stop them from getting to him.
If I can just quote you here, the German police have told me that eggs as well were thrown, and they had to actually block Senator Ekweremadu's car. Now, to prevent people from crowding him. Now, with what you describe, why did you feel the need to still go to that event? Were you not afraid that a similar fate would befall you?
Indeed, the reason why I insisted on attending the event, even though this terrible incident had happened, was because I understood that IPOB's intent was to make sure that the event doesn't hold, and even if it does hold, to make sure that no representative of the Nigerian government, or indeed anyone who would project the indivisibility of Nigeria was in attendance. And therefore the only way to counter such a terrorist move, because it is terrorism. Terrorism, as you can see, the word itself, the active part of it is the terror, you know. So what they're trying to do is terrorize people into silence. And if we all decide we're not going to attend the event, then, you know, they've achieved their objective. And that's why I insisted on going there. And in fact, I was actually even trying to get Senator Ekweremadu into my vehicle, which represents the Federal Republic of Nigeria here. So once you're in that car, you're within Nigerian territory. And unfortunately, you know, between him and the police and those around, I thought it best to just take him out of the venue. But that was my objective, and there was nothing that was going to stop me from attending that event on that day.
So the police say they've gotten 4 people and they're reviewing evidence and they're still going to continue. They might likely have more people on their list. Could you give me any more information about this case?
We have done our best to ensure that the authorities are aware of what transpired. We've shared the videos with them. For those who haven't seen it, you know, the videos speak for themselves. So anybody who is trying to paint a picture that there was no crime committed or there was no attack, physical assault on Senator Ekweremadu, you know, either hasn't seen the videos or is on a different mission, because it is clear that this man, there's no political protest that is supposed to be peaceful that would push the supposed protesters into physically touching, and need I say, you know, going beyond touching, but, you know, assaulting another human being. You know, anywhere that happens, anywhere in the world, you know, it's a crime. And some people need to be brought to book. So, quite honestly, I fail to understand how the issue of peaceful protest comes into this. You know, if there have been peaceful protests, then we've had protests here in front of our embassy. You know, where people come with placards, they protest, they come with their bullhorns, they say what they want to say, and they leave. And the police are there. That's not a problem. But when you cross that line in any country and you lay your hands on another individual, okay, with the clear intent of trying to do harm, then, you know, we're talking about something completely different. And what usually happens in most countries that I know is that people who do so first and foremost get arrested. They have the right to bail. There's the writ of habeas corpus. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. But when the police are there and they witness something like that, then one would expect that arrest would be made. Thereafter, the bail can be arranged, and then the investigation goes on. And if there's a need to prosecute, then they get prosecuted.
Ambassador, I'm going to have to say, the police has also said yes, it's likely there might be arrests. They've insinuated it. But I get the sense that you're sort of holding back to also make a formal proclamation or give me information about any arrests. I mean, Nigerians also say the same thing, that they've not really been carried along. Some Nigerians say, apart from the first press release you issued, Ambassador, your office issued immediately, almost immediately, there's been nothing else. I mean, what do you have to say to this? Are you withholding information for any reason?
Well, we've decided to remain silent. We have said what we're going to say in the statement. I explained what transpired, and we've also explained that we have formally informed the German authorities, and after we informed them, we were made to understand that there's an investigation going on, and sure enough, we will get some feedback. And we did not want to in any way interfere with the process of that investigation, which is why we did not make any more statements or pronouncements, because, you know, we believe in the rule of law. Nigeria has come a long way in trying to ensure that there's strict compliance in the rule of law, and when we're outside Nigeria, we try to abide by those same principles, which is why we did what we felt was right. We report the incident, we help with any supporting evidence that might be required, which we have done. We have expressed to the German authorities that our doors are always open to support the effort towards investigating what transpired and bringing the perpetrators to book. And we wait for their feedback. So this is what we're doing. We protect Nigeria and Nigerians here in Germany to ensure that their safety, their integrity remains intact if and when they do come to Germany. And this issue is about Nigeria and Nigerians. It's not even about Senator Ike Ekweremadu. It can happen to any other Nigerian. We would take it up just as vociferously as we have. We have to ensure that the value of the lives of Nigerians and not just their lives but also their properties are respected all over the world. We are trying as much as possible to project that positive image. We cannot have a situation where Nigerians are attacked by criminals, by terrorists, and then nothing gets done. It doesn't matter where, anywhere in the world. This has to be taken up, because you can imagine, this is what some Nigerians are saying back home. If this were to happen to some other individual from a different country, let alone a serving senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a former deputy Senate president, you can imagine, the hell that would have been let loose if something like that had happened here, and I'm sure, there would be arrests. And so we're expecting Nigerians to be treated no differently from other nationals of other countries all over the world. And we are certain with the way the German laws are constituted that this stands as a crime.
Do you have confidence in German police?
I'm waiting to see what is going to happen. For us, this is the litmus test. I cannot, quite honestly, sit here and vouch for the German police, and I'm still trying to understand the way they work. This is the first time we've had this sort of experience, and what I do know is that the German authorities are aware of the existence of IPOB, which is a proscribed terrorist organization in Nigeria. They're aware that Nigeria has proscribed the terrorist organization. They're aware that they have registered here as an entity, and therefore it is up to the German authorities to decide whether they feel they should take action when such an entity that is legally registered here begins to attack Nigerians on German soil. So we wait to see. The jury is still out.
The perpetrators of this act, whether they are caught or not, in case they watch this, what do you want to tell the perpetrators of this act?
Give up this futile endeavor of yours. Nigeria is for Nigerians. Nigeria since 1999 has had 6 elections where people are voted into positions as members of the State House of Assembly in the 36 states of the Federation. People are voted in as governors, deputy governors. People are voted in as members of the House of Representatives. People are voted in as senators. 2 individuals are voted as president and vice president. So Nigeria's integrity, territorial integrity, political integrity is intact. You do not have the support back home, which is why you're trying to shut other Nigerians outside Nigeria up, so that you would project yourself as the spokespersons for a certain part of Nigeria, in this case, southeastern Nigeria, but you don't have the support. So please, lay down this futile struggle, give up these terrorist activities, and if you want to represent people in the southeast or in Nigeria, there's a way to do it. We have a process. We have a constitution, and you go about it, the same way other people do. You seek for people's support, you contest elections, and if you win, then you can represent people, but you cannot resort to force and expect that you're going to scare people into accepting you, or that would grant you some sort of legitimacy. So this legitimating process that you're trying to implement by force is not going to work.
So what would you like to tell us Nigerians in Germany?
Well, first of all, I would like to commiserate with them for this ugly incident that happened. I would like to assure them that we're doing the best we can to ensure that justice is served. I would like to also assure them that we don't believe that the German authorities would side with terrorists who have committed a crime, and therefore we believe that based on antecedents, based on the German laws as we understand them, and based on the very good relationships that Nigeria and Germany have enjoyed since Nigeria's independence, that we feel that this will come to a logical conclusion that would instill further confidence in Nigerians living in Germany and Nigerians at home. And I would like to also urge them to continue, going about their businesses and their existence in Germany peacefully, and to assure them also that we have confidence in Nigerians here, because the overwhelming majority of Nigerians are peace-loving and do not in any way support, the perpetrators.